my name is Deborah Kay. I'm the founder of Well World TV, and I'm so excited to introduce you to my collaborative effort, Peak Performance Show with Trail Tracker. Every show will feature expertise from celebrities, athletes, and dedicated health professionals, as well as placing the spotlight on important charities. Peak Performance was brought to you in part by Pedigo Electric Bikes. You will definitely get fit, but they also help you welcome fun into your life. To explore and purchase your new bike, visit pedigoboca.com. Transforming lives and setting sail in early 2022, visit rebootcruise.com to learn more about joining the next life-changing excursion. Hi, welcome to Peak Performance. I am Deborah Kay, your host and the founder of Well World TV. Well, let me tell you something. Stem cells are a really hot topic, but if you're like me, you may not know exactly what those are. But if you are vested in aging well or possibly reversing some of the damage that you've already done in your life, like me, you don't want to miss this episode. So joining me today, I'm going to bring in Dan. Hey, Dan, how are you?
Hi, Deborah. It's good to see you.
Good. Dan is the founder of TLC Stem Cells, and he is being joined here by, I was going to say her full name, but she said, hey, just call me G. So G is a co-founder of TLC Stem Cells. Welcome to Peak Performance.
Hi, thanks, Deborah.
Great. All right. So let's just start with the basics. I don't know that I know exactly what stem cells are. So what are those?
Well, in the simplest way of describing them, stem cells are our body's repair cells. And they're the cells that can become any type of cell we need in the body. So that makes them very special.
So our stem cells, because, I've consulted with different anti-aging and kind of functional medicine clinics. And so I have some knowledge around, how as we get older, things that we used to produce maybe in our 20s and 30s, like our digestive system and enzymes and all of those things, we were at full capacity and we could do a lot of damage. Are stem cells one of those things that, just as we get older and some of the lifestyle choices we've made, that they just start to not replenish? Is that how it works?
The stem cells are always there in abundance, but they stop being active. And that is because, like you say, certain things that we used to make lots of, like our hormone levels go down and other things. One of the things that goes down is our levels of copper peptides. And there are two copper peptides that have been studied, in a huge amount, that when those reduce, lots of aging effects, including stem cells, stop activating. So the copper peptide levels are what are key to that activation of the stem cells. And that's what we're doing, is elevating copper peptide levels. And then it has a myriad of wonderful effects on aging, that one of them being the stem cell activation.
Okay. And just like other peptides, growth hormones and things like that, this is something you can replenish your body with externally.
This is something your body makes naturally and stops making as we age. And it continues making them, but our levels have dropped significantly. Yeah. So it's like someone who doesn't get any sun, their levels of vitamin D go down significantly. And you can supplement, but the supplementation is never as good as your body making it itself.
Yeah, Deborah, I've been an athlete my whole life, and you as well. And we're both very diligent about our health, our supplements, diet, exercise, and all that stuff is wonderful. But as you get older, you work harder and you get less, because this stem cell, this repair part, starts to diminish. And as we age, G and I have both been, and a lot of people we know take their great supplements, they take their great CBD, they go to the chiropractor. All that is wonderful, and it really all works. Yet, however, our body's ability to repair itself, no matter what we do, is diminishing. The only real answer for that is to get the repair aspect of it, keeping it alive and strong. That's what stem cells do. They repair. They're the great Home Depot in the sky, so to speak.
And what are some of the choices that me or some of our viewers might be making that are actually causing damage outside of the natural aging process, that are actually, actively damaging their stem cells?
Well, it's not actually that you're damaging your stem cells. You're damaging your your other cells in your body. So, like from smoking and toxins and poor diet. I mean, every time we eat, we're creating inflammation in our body, and choosing more anti-inflammatory foods is one way we can have a little less. But just the process of digestion is inflammation. So I think primarily, if you look at what is the problem most people are having right now, is so much inflammation in their body that they're creating autoimmune problems. Your body cannot repair itself fast enough, so it goes into overdrive, and their immune system is just on fire and then doing things it's not supposed to be doing at all. So, I mean, we're living in a very toxic world, and every little thing that we try to do to alleviate that is beneficial. But, obviously there's certain things that are always more damaging than others, certain lifestyle choices that people make. But, exercising is damaging your body. I mean, you're putting your body in a state of that it needs to repair. So activating those stem cells and allowing it to repair faster is going to be beneficial for people no matter what age they are.
I'm gonna direct this one to you, Dan, because I know you have a really powerful story about when you first, your friend introduced you to the patch and you first started using it. What were some of those immediate positive results that you started to notice?
Well, took it a little longer than most people. What we understand from the scientists, most people respond to it within hours, if not days, if not a short week. My body took a little time to get used to it. Most people can get used to it within a couple of days or a short week or so, and things progress from there because it starts to work the moment you apply it. Yeah, sports injuries. I had a neck injury in 4th grade. I had a back injury in junior and high school, and I had a knee injury in college. It was all football. To fester for years, forgot I had them. And all of a sudden, they're affecting me on the tennis court. I'm going, this is not fun. Paying lots of money for sports strengtheners and stuff like that. And that's one of the first things I started noticing, that those things started to lessen. Okay. And I was getting stronger. And now the knee brace and the back brace are basically sitting in the tennis collecting dust.
How does this patch work?
This is one of the most exciting things to me because I'm kind of a geeky tech person, right? I love technology. So the patch, we're all familiar with transdermal patches. They've been around for a long time. You can get a transdermal patch for vitamin B12 or whatever and stick it on, and then your body will absorb that vitamin through your skin and into your system. Well, these patches are completely different. They work with our body's infrared light to activate a body's ability to create more of certain peptides. And there's different patches. There's the one that we call the stem cell patch, and then there's patches that increase your body's ability to create more glutathione or carnosine, which are our body's antioxidants, and stronger than any vitamin C you could take, right? So it doesn't put anything into your skin or through your skin. There's nothing being absorbed. It's just a crystalline structure that's embedded into the patch. And then that crystal is telling the patch, use this frequency of light, because this frequency of light activates copper peptides. And then your body will produce more of those peptides. So it's just like going out into the sun and taking off your shirt for 15 minutes and absorbing some of those sun's rays, and your body's like, oh, great, let's make some vitamin D. These patches allow your body to have that same experience, activate more of the things that you're specifically wanting to activate more of. So you don't have to go looking for some copper peptide supplement and hope that you can absorb it and that it's going to have any effects. You can use your body's own ability to make those. It's like you just become like a manufacturing plant for all these great things that your body should be making, right?
So, Dan, I'm going to pop up here your before and after pictures. Why don't you kind of walk us through exactly what your transformation was?
It's pretty simple. I had a driver's license in California where I lived my whole life, and that's on the far left. Then I moved out to Florida, and I went to get my driver's license for Florida, and I had to have my picture taken, and there it was, the second one from the left. So that's my before and after. The third picture from the right is a picture of the back of my neck that was taken in November 2019. And the picture on the right, the far right, was taken in November 2020. And I knew I had the picture of the one in November 2019. I said, drum roll, let's see if this thing really works. on the far right. I said, oh my, it's very subtle, but it's very powerful. And those are just the outward manifestations. The best part has been the internal.
Well, just from, an outside observer looking at these photos, I can see a distinct difference in your full front picture, just in the youthfulness of your face. I don't know. It almost looks like even your jawline is firmer or more youthful looking. And then I don't know if this is a color of light, but it looks like on the far right, your hair is less gray. And then obviously I can see a difference in the quality of the skin. Like the folds in your neck on the left are not visible on the right. That's pretty remarkable.
It really is. And I use no creams. I just, wash, that's it.
Awesome. Well, you look fantastic. Both of you do. And so the application of the patch, you put it on once a day, or is that something you leave on for a certain amount of time? How does that work?
You wear the patch for 12 hours a day and then take it off and throw it away.
Okay.
So every day you get a fresh patch and you just put it on, first thing in the morning, wear it for 12 hours and then take it off.
And actually I'm going to share this with everybody. So they're able to access information on the patch, get in touch with you guys if they have questions on your website, which is tlcstemcells.com. And then what does it look like for the average person? So if I want to, give this a try and see how it impacts my life, is there any sort of medical testing I have to take, or am I just able to go there and order it?
You could just go right to the website and order, and it's about $100 a month for the stem cell patch.
Are you wearing it like for the 8 hours when you're asleep and then a few hours after you wake up, or does that matter?
I wear it's told, I think, to wear the stem cell patch during the day. They do have I wear a different one at night because it's told to wear it at night. And they have one that's also for sleep. That's it helps to produce melatonin and stuff. So the stem cell patch, it doesn't matter. You can wear it at any time of the day that works for you. So if you're a shift worker and have a different schedule, just put it on when you get up and take it off when you go to bed or something. But 12 hours, as long as it's 12 hours.
Generally recommended in the morning, 7 to 7, 8 to 8, 9 to 9, that kind of thing. But I've had people in tremendous pain, and they put them on. They get them and they put them on. They leave them on overnight. They wake up the next morning and say, "Oh my God, I can't tell you how much better I feel."
If you are watching this and you're definitely feeling some fatigue or inflammation, or some overall dysfunction in your body, definitely reach out to these guys and have a conversation, because they will guide you in the right direction. And for $100 to try this for a month, it seems like a no-brainer. Just give up your Starbucks. Give this a try and reach out to these guys, because they're happy to help you age well. So I really wanted to thank you guys for spending time and educating us today and joining us here on our Peak Performance Show. And everybody can find you again at tlcstemcells.com. Hi, this is Deborah Kay with Well World TV, and I am with Mama Ali, Dr. Khalilah, who is the former wife of Grand Champion, World Champion, best in the planet. He would tell you, right?
That's right.
Best on the planet.
Never make you forget it either.
Muhammad Ali, that's right. I was so excited when I heard that she was going to be here joining us at this event, and I studied you just a little bit, so I know you grew up in Chicago.
Yes.
And went to school there, and went and studied in the Muslim faith in school, which is all about building character.
Exactly. And that's where I got that from. But first and most of all, the journey with Muhammad Ali up until the time time of his demise and return to the Creator. We've had one hell of a journey, and fortunately the books will be coming out this year 2020 real soon, and I hope everybody grab one. It's called The Untold Story, My Life with the real woman behind Muhammad Ali.
Gotcha, because I think you wrote a lot of poetry, and he would read. He would kind of make it famous, but really you were the core of that.
Yeah. Well, this is the part of it is when a husband and wife work together, they work as a team. So when one thinks of something, it belongs to both of them. So, but I did this before I married him. When I wrote this poem, I was 14, and I married him then, and he got interested more in Islam to be converted when he met me. He kind of saw the clearing. He's a great man. His boxing is outstanding, and a lot of the journey that we built to get him where he is today then was because of my support with him, supporting him all the way. So that story will be come out, so everybody look out for the untold story, the real woman behind Muhammad Ali. Never been told before. Isn't it weird that you got all these books about his life by Muhammad Ali? Everybody wrote
Nobody
every
knew
book.
it, right?
And they have none of my part in it at all. I don't get it, you know.
Well, now you wrote your own book, so now you
I'm gonna tell it all.
Tell us about this book, Color to Learn.
Oh yes.
And this supports a charity that you love,
Yes,
right?
I have. But see, this is the thing. I've always wanted to, move on and move forward, and that gave me my calling. I read a story about the Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessing be upon, which is the last prophet. And Prophet Muhammad, his whole character and demeanor, even before Allah ordained him to be a prophet, even before that, his whole character was amazing, impeccable manners, impeccable kindness, impeccable, empathy for this one man. It's just, before him, then you had Jesus, and then you had Moses. These great men that are prophets of God, they have the most outstanding character. But Prophet Muhammad, most and importantly, that opened me a door. It made the light come in for me to make a journey, make it my mission to teach and train kids to perfect their character. Young people, remember, life is simple. But you know what? Most importantly, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to surprise you. Muhammad Ali Jr., come over here. Muhammad Ali Jr., guacamole and all. Muhammad Ali, come on. Princeton, I want you to say hello to the people in the world. This is my son, Muhammad Ali Jr. That's another work in progress.
Murder the rock, injure the stone, hospitalize the brick. Man, I'm so mean I made medicine sick. I done wrestle with lion. I done tussle with a whale. I done handcuff lightning, don't thunder. Man, I'm so fast. When I turn off the light, his switch get back for the milky dog. That's fast.
Real fast.
He has a good tendency of mimicking.
I'm gonna tell you how I did it.
And you look like it too.
I'm gonna tell you how I did it.
How'd you
I
do
lay
it?
down in bed. I was switched by my bed. I turned the light off and I'm still in bed. I'm already in bed.
That was fast.
Can you? I know there was a lot of questions. I was always curious about him talking to his father, and what is the most important that he ever asked his father. And he came to me and told me, and I had no idea.
I asked my father, I said, Daddy, I know you had a lot of professional fights. I said, what's the fight? That one fight that you'll never fight again. He said, he thought about it. He looked puzzled. He thought about it for a minute. He said, I'm surprised at the answer. He said, professional fight. Your mother. I was like,
That's a fight he didn't win, I bet.
I know he didn't
oh, I had to ask him. Fight? You and my mom.
I am sitting here with Dr. Khalilah Ali, better known as Mama Ali, and we are here talking about building character with your children, which you're so passionate about.
Yes, I love kids. I love with the coloring book and everything. And I got Amaya. What's your name, Amaya? Amaya, isn't that pretty? She's one of the girls that represents some of the commercials we do with the coloring book, Amaya, and she's got 9 round on her thing there. That's her business.
So another thing you are is you're an actress
Yes.
in movies and different shows. So you've got a new series coming out called The Grid. Tell us all about what that is.
The Grid is a great hyper reality kind of show. that it's about the cartel, drug cartel, human trafficking, and about me working as Mama Soleil, who is a community worker in the community. She's a little tough cookie. She might.
I don't know how you're going to pull that off.
Yeah. It was easy. I mean, they got me right where they wanted me, right? So Lee Carter is one of the greatest producers of the film, and Juice is the director. I only know him as Juice in the character. I can't remember. He has a Haitian name, a name from Ghana, so I can't remember that. So I call him Juice, and we are working to show the reality of human trafficking and how Mama Soleil helps the situation to get rid of some of the drugs in the community and things like that.
And the grid is on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
She's going to make her appearance in episode 6, but you have a role pretty much throughout the whole series.
Throughout the whole season, I'll be episode 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
She's got such a great, vibrant personality that comes across. You don't want to miss it. So it's The Grid on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Awesome. I can't wait.
I love being a filmmaker. Thank you so much for Debbie, thank you so much for being on your show. You want to say hi to everybody?
Say hi. Say, go get the coloring.
Go get the coloring. Tell them to go get the coloring book.
Go get the coloring book.
Yeah, there you go. See there?
Bye, everybody.
Listen to this girl.
Thank you for joining us today, and tune in for our next show. Welcome. You are going to want to tune into this segment because this is something I'm pretty sure we can all relate to. This is about how to get out of a nutritional rut. And there are different circumstances in our life. Maybe we're in a relationship rut. Maybe we're in a career rut. Maybe we're in a global pandemic world shutdown and we find ourselves in a significant rut. So I cannot wait to introduce you to our expert today. I'm going to bring her in now. This is Karina Heinrich. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, Karina is a national on-air wellness and lifestyle TV personality. We're talking the Today Show, Access Hollywood, E! News. If it's in Hollywood, on a carpet, in a studio, she has done it. So very appreciative of you taking time and spending it with us today. And you're also a very high-level integrative nutritional and celebrity health coach. And you are the creator and founder of the Karina Method, which you're going to share more with us shortly. So let's just say that I personally am in a little bit of a rut. So when the world shut down, which is not that far in our history, I said my main goal was just to maintain myself. And so I walked, I swam. I'm fortunate I live in South Florida, and I was, doing pretty good on my nutrition. And then I injured my right hip. And so everything literally went downhill. I'm kind of an anxiety eater. So I haven't gained the quarantine 15, but I've definitely gained the quarantine 10. So what are your thoughts during those times of duress, regardless of whether it's a shutdown or being in a different kind of rut? What are your main ideas on how to get out of a rut?
Okay, so absolutely. And first, I should say that you're not alone. I think we can honestly assume that everyone has been affected in some way and have experienced that nutritional rut. So I suggest 3 things to start with that are all easy that we can all start right now today. Number 1 is schedule time on that calendar to work out. Also, time to make a healthy meal like you would any other Zoom meeting. We're all on Zoom all day. Put it on your calendar. If it's on your calendar, you're more likely to hold yourself accountable and make time for it. And now more than ever, we need to make this a priority. It's finally time. Number 2, commit to also scheduling in time to eat our meals away from our devices, which is so hard to do. But that makes us more mindful of what we're actually eating and how much. Our portions have all gotten a little bigger the past year. Number 3, try to schedule more phone calls or video calls that you can actually walk around and talk versus having to sit down all day long. Movement should be really prioritize. And I know you're injured right now, so it's those little things, but wake up before the kids get up to get your workout in, take some dance breaks, get fresh air, jumping jacks, jump rope. You don't need the gym. You just need to get that heart rate up and moving that body.
So what about, different body types, and, is this sort of program good for everybody?
So absolutely. And this is why I developed the Karina method. It's about creating a lifestyle. So we're going to focus on adding in the good things and stop focusing all the things you can't have. I think when we go into a diet or when we want to change up our nutrition, we start thinking about all the things we can't have. And that's when we kind of get in that rut and that yo-yo dieting. So this is when diets backfire. So I want you to focus on feeding your body nutrient dense foods, prioritizing that movement. Then we start to feel empowered by focusing on aspects that we can actually control, like choosing immunity boosting foods and all the things we can't control this past year. So I teach people my Karina methods: high, low, lean, no nutritional rules. So I'm going to teach you that right now, and how to add this into every meal and snack, and really ask yourself, does this meet high, low, lean, no? So the highs I want you to start to focus on are high water intake. When we were going out to our jobs and running around, we always had a water bottle with us. And I feel like now that we're at home, we're actually not drinking as much water because we're not carrying water around with us as much. So that's an easy thing you can focus on right now. Fill your plate with high fiber food. So you want to think things like veggies and berries. When our plate is filled with good stuff, there's not enough room for all the bad stuff. And then clean carbs. I know a lot of people are scared of carbs, but I'm here to tell you, you do not have to be scared of carbs. You just have to choose the right carbs. So think things like oats, sprouted bread, quinoa. So those are all your highs that you want to get a large amount of: water, fiber, and clean carbs. Your low amounts are low amounts of healthy fats. So these are things like olive oil, avocado, unsalted seeds and nuts. So you don't need much of this, but you want to choose the right fats in your diet. And don't be afraid of adding fats into your diet. Next, you have lean. So we've covered high, low, lean. So these are your proteins. So these are things like egg whites, fish, chicken, quinoa, even things like bee pollen have so much protein in them. Lentils, beans for vegetarians. And then the no. So I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news. So I want you to remove all those added sugar and salt. But the good news is I really want to encourage you to start to use immunity boosting spices, natural sweeteners like manuka honey, cinnamon, dates, maple syrup, things like turmeric that are actually good for your body, pepper, chili peppers. So it's a matter of being a little bit creative, taking the salt shaker away, taking the added sugar, and replacing with things that will make you feel good and add that energy back in.
Now tell me about bee pollen. Obviously, I've heard of bee pollen. I don't know that I've ever had it, but how do you eat it?
So a lot of people do not know that much about bee pollen, and it can actually have as much as 2 times more protein than a steak. So it's very easily digestible. It has so many medicinal properties. You can add it into a smoothie, put it on your salads. You need around a teaspoon a day to reap these benefits, but it literally can be added to your oats. You can put it on anything. If you make avocado toast, sprinkle it on there. It's just an easy way to get that vegetarian source of protein without always feeling like you need to, make chicken or turkey or things like that. So this is something I really recommend everyone look into.
Yes. And does it have a sweeter taste like honey, or is it more of a savory flavor?
It's kind of bland, and that's why it goes so well on things, because you don't really taste it, but you're getting the protein. You can find it anywhere now. You can even order it on Amazon, any supermarket. So it's not one of those superfoods that are really hard to find.
That one's going on my list. Now let's talk about metabolism a little bit, because I think as you described that being in a rut sort of lifestyle, one of the downsides is your muscles start to atrophy, you're not getting as much movement, your cardiovascular health goes down, which does impact your metabolism. So how do you jumpstart your metabolism with some ideas?
Yeah, and I think spring is that perfect time as, the weather's getting warmer, things are opening up more. we kind of feel like, oh my gosh, especially if you're getting older, that there's no way to reset that metabolism. And that is false. There are really easy ways you can have that metabolism boost right now. So number one is you want to shed 500 calories per day from your diet. And I know that sounds a little bit daunting, but potential new habits you can add in are smaller portions. Eat off that salad plate instead of that bigger plate. Fewer snacks. We snack all day long, that we've kind of gotten rid of that hunger cue. And I urge everyone to like remove that afternoon snack for a couple of days and actually let your body tell you when it's ready for its next meal. And then skip dessert a few times a week. We are used to ending our meals with a dessert. So right there, those are easy ways to shed the 500 calories. The next tip to really boost that metabolism is adding just 2 days a week of cardio. So potential new habits, 30 minutes of a morning jog, jump roping, jumping jacks, a streaming cardio class. I think a lot of us that were used to going to the gym or outdoor classes keep on using that excuse if they can't work out at home. But really, jumping jacks for 30 minutes can be equivalent, or for 10 minutes is equivalent to a 30-minute jog. So that's all you need, no equipment at all. And then next, waking up 15 minutes earlier each morning for quiet time. And I know we all are sleep deprived right now and we have higher stress, so we need that sleep. But those 15 minutes of meditation, deep breathing, morning intention, yoga stretches, it sounds like that won't boost your metabolism, but it actually calms your body enough to then want to eat healthier and want to work out. So doing those three things of like reducing your portions, working that body with movement, and then finding the calm and de-stressing are three things that you can add right now to boost that metabolism. Well, I think people get overwhelmed, and I always say this, that the same questions I got asked 16 years ago in my private practice are the same questions I get asked today, because people are confused and overwhelmed about nutrition in general. Because like you said, on the news, there's always a new diet coming up. And so I try to bring it down to basics and teach people that little changes go a really long way. And again, everything that I'm talking about are very simple and things that people can take action on right now. And they don't need to do everything, but it's making these, very planned out changes that will make a difference long term.
What about for those people that are seriously in a deep rut? We know that a lot of times our life circumstances, whether it is relationship, career, or being shut in as we have been, it might be overwhelming to think, how do I take that first step? So how do you help somebody who, is feeling overwhelmed on where to get started?
Absolutely. So that's why I developed the 5-day reset. So everything I talk about is in 5-day increments. I think it's really overwhelmed when we make these super lofty goals. I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. That backfires and we get overwhelmed. The moment we're told we can't eat something that we love, that's the only thing we think about. So I tell people, break down your weeks. Look at the next 5 days. Map it out when you can fit in that workout, when you can go to bed early, when you can make a home cooked meal. Again, put that on the calendar like you do any other event, and then stick to it. Accountability has to be huge. When we want to make a change, we have to hold ourselves accountable and to remind ourselves that even small changes here and there will make that huge impact. So being easy on ourselves, but then kind of that tough love. We're not going to make any sort of nutritional changes or workout changes if we don't get up and actually do it. So put it on your calendar and do it, and just work in those 5-day increments. And before you know it, it becomes a habit.
Yes. And I like the tracking like when I don't track, I just feel like it's a free for all,
Exactly.
I don't have to, because nobody's watching, including myself. Right. So, I do find when I'm paying attention and making those lists and setting goals that I definitely stay on track more. So, I think this conversation has been really helpful, and hopefully it has helped a lot of people. And just want to remind everybody that Karina is a nutritionist and a celebrity health coach. And please give her a follow on Instagram at the Karina Method. And then I'm going to let you share a little bit about what your TKM guides are, which people can find at thekarinamethod.com.
Yeah, so not everyone can work one-on-one with me. And so we created 5 downloadable ebooks that are extremely robust, that walk you through everything I just talked about. We have the Karina Method Rulebook, which is about the 5-day reset. So you can do it on your own and feel like it's a step-by-step, like you have a nutritionist on your back helping you. The Karina Method Recipes, people wanted to know, well, what should I cook once I reach those goals? The Karina Method Dessert, because we all need dessert in our life. The Karina Method Beauty, so eating from the inside out. And then the Karina Method Pregnant, because I do have 3 kids, and I think it's really helpful to know what to eat to get pregnant, during pregnancy, post-pregnancy. And so we created the Karina Method Pregnant. So you can download all of those 5 guides on my website.
That is amazing. So everybody go to thekarinamethod.com. All that hard work that you've put into that is now accessible to you. And we are looking for experts here at the Peak Performance Show. So if you are an expert, you would like to share your knowledge, we also feature charities. You can reach me personally at deborahk@wellworld.tv or visit ecotrailtrekker.com. Well, Karina, thank you so much for your time and sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
And hopefully this has helped a few people get out of a rut.
Yeah.
It's going to help me. It's going to keep me motivated to get up and move that one hip that is working right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Peak Performance was brought to you in part by Pedigo Electric Bikes. You will definitely get fit, but they also help you welcome fun into your life. To explore and purchase your new bike, visit pedigoboca.com. Transforming lives and setting sail in early 2022, visit rebootcruise.com to learn more about joining the next life-changing excursion.